All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well, and honors to all you brothers that are kicking this word in truth and in sincerity, enduring afflictions. And this video, I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. It's mainly going to be a testimonial because the night before last, I actually totaled my car, real late coming back home. And the car actually flipped twice. And so it flipped, and then I was pretty much like on my head. The car completely flipped over, and then it just it's all through the spirit. It flipped right back over, and I got out, and I barely have a scratch on me. The car's completely total. I mean, airbags came out, and usually people die. People die from something like that. Or they at least got to go to the hospital. And the cops came. Because somebody called the police and checked on me. I was right by my house, but just just at the wheel, just real late. I just closed my eyes like for a split second, and then bam, um, yeah, it was crazy. And so then the cops came, and they were bugged out because they looked at the car, the whole everything is just smashed. You know what I mean? And I'm functioning, and I talk to them, they take me through all the protocols. And usually you at least get a ticket or something like that, right? The spirit had it, they just let me walk home. I got, the stuff out of my car that I could out of my trunk, some of my equipment, I had some clothes in there, and I was able to walk home. And now it's through the spirit because the car, I had the car for what, a year and a half. And because due to my job, I drive a lot. So I put on about 55, 60,000 miles, on the car just in the short time that I've had it. And I've been saying, man, I want a new car. And the spirit had it, I had this type of insurance. So now it's looking like I'm not even going to have to pay anything out, and I can just go ahead and get a new car. The insurance is going to take care of everything, so, man, the Lord completely, completely delivered me, and, I have to sing forth praises to his name, As a Sirach 33:1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. And brothers, I was definitely delivered because there's no reason for the car to flip back over again, And yeah, and I was talking to brother Gad and my lady, and they're like, man, those are angels, which it had to have been. I mean, the cops were completely bugged out. They're like, man, are you all right? Well, why? What happened? Why are you not? Why are you not hurt? Hey, and it's just more testimonials because as soon as it happened, I just praised the Heavenly Father, Barak Yah Bashim Yahweh Shai, I didn't think about, the financial part of it and any of that, because through the Spirit, I perceive that this happened just as a testimonial, for you brothers, and for everybody, that I come in contact with. I worked yesterday, it's completely fine. My clients were like, are you okay? You sure you don't want to take a day off? So, hey, the Spirit had it now. It looks like I'm going to get a new car, a newer car, Lord's will. Not have to pay, not have to pay out of pocket, So, hey, because hey, the Lord is beautiful, The Lord is beautiful. So it's looking like he's going to upgrade me, and I have another testimonial, to the congregations of the mercy of the Heavenly Father because we see what happens, in automobile accidents. I mean, there's some horrific judgments that come from things from something that I went through. If it was somebody else, and it could be up in the spirit world, or at least in ICU. Yep. So it just, like I said, it just flipped over, and then it flipped right back over. Glass was broken, and the spirit had it. Like I said, I barely got a scratch. I got one minor scratch on my left hand. I'm going to read this again. Sirach 33:1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation even again he will deliver him. This is Proverbs 10:2. Treasures of wicked profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. Yeah, because I meditated on it. And, whenever anything happens, examine yourself. And I said, well, you know what? I've been on fire, been doing the work, being a brother, Lord's will. This is used to deliver me or, bring some blessing. Because usually that's what happens, something happens to you and it's really just for the Lord to bring a blessing upon you. I mean, it happened when I got fired from my job working at the gym. Even before I got fired, at them damn Japhites, some Samoans, they was putting up, they were saying they was going to put up my face at different gyms so I couldn't get a job. And then the World Star video was, the video that went on World Star was the compilation by Wallace Wing, which shout out to Wallace Wing, all right? Like we always say. So yeah, with that video, I got fired, because they caught wind of it. He had compiled like a 3-minute portion of it. Specifically, was going in on Moabites, and a lot of my coworkers were Moabites. A lot of people at the gym were Moabites, Japhites. And so right after I got fired, and the Lord Himself built a business for me. Like right after, I just started getting all types of clients independently, And so now, been used to help brothers, who work with me as well, so we don't have to work for the devil. And, same thing with this, and I'm sure, all the brothers got testimonials like this, because the Lord is actually dealing with us, and he, put us through stuff, and depending upon how you take it, hey, the Lord will increase you, spiritually, carnally, in terms of material wealth or material things. As long as you keep the Heavenly Father first. Matter of fact, let me get that. Yeah, in the Spearhead, I have another car as well, but I just had to get some stuff fixed on it, and it's only going to cost me a couple of $100, so I don't have to, cash out super for a rental car or anything like that. So, I mean, it's Barak Yahweh Shemiel Shah, It's Matthew 6 and go to 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And I can testify to that. Don't set my heart on things, and the Lord just hook stuff up. Hooks other brothers up. This is Psalms 97:10. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of His saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Yeah, because 4 cops came. And in their mind, man, they see a Jake, car crash. They're like, all right, man, this dude's on drugs. He's drinking, They didn't even give me a ticket, I was talking to my mother. She was bugged out because usually, if you flip your car, you do anything like that, they give you a ticket. At least if not, if they don't try to bring you in for a DUI or anything like that, they'll get you for just reckless driving, something to that effect. And then once that happens, it's hard for you to get insurance, but they like an insurance payment. But the Spirit had it. They just say, hey, all right, man, hey, you're free to go whenever. They went through them different protocols, walking in a line and so on and so forth. And then I brought up my insurance to them. I'm on the phone, and that was that, man. This is Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that could deliver out of my hand. And that's definitely true, because people die for way less, And he decided not to wound me, Even though the car flipped, the car's completely totaled, glass everywhere, airbags off. I got out with barely a scratch, Psalms 34:7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear Him and delivereth them. And He straight up just completely delivered me out of that. I just put my legs out of the window and just was cool, you know. I mean, so if that ain't the Most High, I don't know what is, you know. Whew, that was a great deliverance that the Heavenly Father, performed, and it's like getting better, you know. So yeah, all we can do is praise the Heavenly Father, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Ado Amatazah, you keep His Spirit upon me, keep me believing and fearing in Him, as well as you brothers that are sincere, and just brothers got to know the Lord is completely with us because He's with what we do, and I wanted to bring this out. I was talking to a brother, and he said, "Man, you got to do a video." And I say, "Hey, brother, I'm already on it. I already was lining up the precepts. That's how the spirit goes, So hopefully it was edifying. Brothers, stay faithful. The Lord got us. All we got to do is do what He tells us to do. Stay faithful.